Hi, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, hi, my name is Oline and I'm a knitter from Norway and I have a lot of yarn. I also have a lot of knitted sweaters and just a quite big knitted wardrobe. My son also has a really big knitted wardrobe and it's time to go through them. I need to go through my wardrobe and see what actually gets used, and coming out of winter I think is the best time to look at what I actually use the most. I also need to go through my yarn stash, even though I did that earlier this year. A lot of yarn and a lot of knitting just leads to a lot of mess, and my son's also growing out of a lot of his sweaters, so I need to go through all of his sweaters, all of his pants, all of his everything to see what actually fits and what I have and what I need to knit. So that's what I'm going to do. I don't usually have a lot of motivation to clean because I want to knit, but I'm trying to use the motivation of spring cleaning and also of it will feel better to knit once it's more clean around me, once my yarn is more clean, once I know what gaps in both me and my son's wardrobe I want to fill. So I thought I'd bring you guys with me as well as a bit of motivation, because I do really struggle with motivation to clean. Right now I have just emptied out everything and started to vacuum. Like, this is me trying to empty out everything. I don't think I'll reorganize my yarn that much because that just takes me hours and hours and hours. I will have to reorganize some, but hopefully this will be mostly cleaning and looking at wardrobe stuff, but I hope you'll want to come with me. Hi, I have done a fair bit of cleaning now. You can't see a lot of the cleaning in my yarn stash because that is quite status quo. I didn't have to do a lot to I had to fill in some gaps here, filled in the gap here, and then also updated this to be more of the colors I want to work with this season, and it's making me super excited. Looking throughout my yarn and cleaning around where the yarn is always does that. I've also moved the closet with all of my knitted clothes. It was over here before and it just didn't work out with the layout of the room, so now it's here. I'm really happy with that. I have a lot of my knitted clothes here because a lot of them needs depilling, a lot of them needs just going through what I actually wear, and I'm also really bad at just putting them back after I've used them. So I have a huge pile of knits over here that I need to fold and put away, probably also depill. But yeah, I did a little bit, figured out the seasons, the color of the seasons, and then I have also gone through my yarn stash and just grabbed all of the yarn I imagine working with in like the coming week. So I'm really excited about that, and probably the biggest point to what I've done is that I've actually done a lot of just the regular cleaning, vacuuming, washing the floors, washing windows, everything. I have, since it's becoming summer now, I'm increasingly more worried about moths. I have a huge stash, I have a lot of knitted clothes. I am terrified of them being ruined by moths of any kind. That's also why I've gotten a closet like that I can have my knits in that's actually shut. And I do have different bags like this. I think this is some sort of tree, cedar tree or something, and this is lavender, and that's supposed to keep moths away. So I have some of that scattered throughout my stash to try to keep it safe. So hopefully that works, but I also feel a lot better having cleaned everything and looked through everything. And hopefully I'll stay on top of it like this, because I am terrified of moths, especially now that it's getting warmer, and I feel like it's more likely that the moths will survive. But yeah, that's where I'm at right now, and now the actual like cleaning of the knits will pursue. I have to depill a lot of sweaters, and I have to actually go through and see what I actually wear. I had a really big goal with this spring cleaning. I had really hoped I was going to be able to depill all of my sweaters, but I have just way underestimated all of the pills and all of the sweaters and cardigans. I've been at it for hours now, I want to say, and I am getting somewhere, but not fast enough, and my patience is wearing thin. So I'm going to leave it as is right now. I'm able to go back and depill them if I wear them and the pills annoy me. I'm not super annoyed by pills, and the ones that where the pills had started to annoy me, I have gotten to those. So I'm going to leave it as is, because I still have one of the really large part of this spring cleaning left, and that is trying to declutter my knitted wardrobe. I don't know how cluttered it is. I do use knits a lot. I use at least one knit every single day, and I try to just knit things that I want to wear, but I know I have some knits where I haven't quite been able to knit what I wanted to wear, and I don't wear them that much. My huge issue though is that I attach memories to my knitting, so all of the memories from when I knitted them or when I wore them are attached to my knitting, so it makes it really hard to give them away or sell them or something, because it feels like I'm throwing away the memories. So I struggle a little bit with that, but hopefully I'll be able to think a bit clearly now when we go through. My goal isn't necessarily to get rid of as much as possible, but I really hope to be left with a knitted wardrobe where I will actually want to wear everything in it. I also know from experience and from having had a knitted wardrobe for years that my taste and what I want to wear varies with the seasons and with the years. So it's also not the goal to get rid of everything I don't love right now. If I know I have loved it in the past and loved it a lot before, I'm still going to keep it, because I might love it again and then I don't want to have already given it away. So that's kind of where we're starting, and I'm going to try everything on and just kind of see where we're at. Hopefully I won't babble too much, but I always have a lot to say about my knitting, so we'll see how it goes. I think we'll start everything off by the summer pieces. Some of these are clearly very summery, some of them are not, but these are the pieces that I reach for the most in summer, or that only work in like the summer season. This is the smallest part of my wardrobe by far. I don't have that many summer pieces, I don't wear that many, and I haven't really found my style. But even though this is the smallest part of my closet, this is also probably the part of my closet where I have the most like maybe garments. I want to love all of these so badly, but there are some I can't quite figure out when and where to wear or how to wear it, so I end up not wearing them. So we'll see by trying them on now. Some of these, it's been a really long time since I've tried on, so we'll see how I feel. This is first out amongst the summer knits, and it's because I love it. This is a definite keep. It's the Cumulus Blouse No9 by Petiteknit. I knit mine in Drops Brushed Alpaca Silk in the color Steel Blue, I think. And I also got the yarn for this for my birthday, which makes it a bit more special, and I just love it. As I said, I have really struggled to find kind of my taste and what I want to use when it comes to summer knits, and this is one I keep coming back to, and since it is a sweater I also use it a little bit in all of the other seasons, so this is a definite keep. And while we are talking about summer sweaters, this is another definite keep. I love summer sweaters. I use them a lot. This was my most used summer knit last year. It's the Blouse No1 by Myfavouritethings.knitwear. I knit this in Drops Cotton Merino in a discontinued color, but I think it would be called turquoise. Love the color, love the fit, love the sweater, definite keep. So here is another Blouse No1. I love the first one so much, so I had to make another. I love this. I made a couple of changes to it, so I just wouldn't have two identical sweaters. I made this into a t-shirt instead, and I changed the gauge, so this is knit in fingering weight. I knit it in Drops Baby Merino in the color Old Pink, I think. And even if it doesn't get as much wear as the other one, because that other one is a sweater, so I use it more, I still use this a lot for it being a summer knit, so it's a definite keep for me. And now we get into the area where I start to use the pieces a little bit less. First among the pieces I use less is the Always camisole by Other Loops. This is also knit in that Drops Cotton Merino that the first Blouse No1 was knit in. That's a yarn I really love, and while I use this a bit less, I think that is because it is a camisole, and out of all of the camisoles I own, this is the one I've used the most. And I also knit this quite late last year, so I'm going to give it another summer to see, so keep. Then I have this one. This is the Sunday Tee by Petiteknit. This is knit in Drops Flora, so not really a summer yarn, it's wool and alpaca blend. I don't use this that much now, haven't really used it in the last year, but this was my most worn summer knit before that, so I think I'll come back to it even though I'm not using it a lot right now, because I have really loved it before, and I just go through periods with my knits, and I like the color, I have liked the fit, and it is a really great yarn. One negative with it though is that when I move, since this is a round yoke, sometimes when I move, this moves with me. Don't know if you can see, but it can like bulge up around here, especially since it doesn't have any German short rows, but it's not a huge issue since it moves up when I do this, but it also lays back down again without me like having to fix it back up. So I'm going to keep it, but if it sees another summer without any use, I'll have to go back and reconsider. So keep. Another thing with these summer knits is that I'm not really here to try to get rid of as much as possible from my summer knits or from my wardrobe at all. I just want to make sure that what's in there are pieces that I'll actually give the attention and love they deserve, especially since I've put so many hours and love into making them. I want them to get the love they deserve, so no, this is not about getting rid of things, it's just about getting an overview of what gets used and not, so I can make sure to love all of my pieces accordingly. These last tops now are the ones I really struggle with. They have never really been worn as much as they could, and I don't really know how to wear them as much as possible, but they are also the tops I want to love the most because I really like the idea behind them. First, we have this. This is the Camisole No5 by Myfavouritethings.knitwear. Myfavouritethings.knitwear is my go-to when it comes to summer knits, even though I don't wear them all. My big issue with this is that it is a halter neck, and I don't know how to style halter necks, how to wear them. But other than that, I think it sits really nicely. It is a color I love. This is knit in Fil Colana Merci, so this is also cotton and merino mix, and I do really like it. It is soft, it fits nicely. I am a huge sucker for double ribbing, so I desperately want this to work, but I don't know how to wear halter necks, so I've just never worn it. Please give me tips on how to wear them so that it feels comfortable to wear and I don't get this situation. I'm going to give it the summer to see if I wear it. If I don't wear this summer either, it has to go because I knit this in 2023 and I've worn it maybe 3 times. So this is a maybe. Another top I really want to love is this. This is the Camisole No9 by Myfavouritethings.knitwear, but my gauge for this didn't turn out right. I did a gauge swatch and everything, but my gauge in the actual garment wasn't the same as in the gauge swatch, so this turned out a bit tight. So I haven't worn it that much. I could probably try blocking it again, but it is super tight and my stitches are also really tight, so I don't know how much there is to get from blocking this, but I love the color. I really love the fit. Also, it's just a bit tight in the underarm and around here, so I don't use it that much because it isn't super comfortable, but I have a big dream, and that is that I also have a matching cardigan, and I think this look would be so much fun. I made this last year, so I haven't really had a whole summer to try to wear this, so I hope that these together are kind of going to save the day, so I start wearing this, because I do really love the look of the Camisole No9 and I love this color. It is just really tight. I don't know if you can see, but especially around here it is just really tight. So I don't know what to do. I'll try blocking it and I'll try wearing it with the cardigan and see. But this is unfortunately another maybe. Last one of the summer knits, and I think the oldest one of them all, is the Yoko top from Knitting for Olive. I knit this when I was heavily pregnant. I think it was the same month as I had my son, so I couldn't really try it on, and I think that has led to some fit issues. I know there is one here. I have had to tie both of the straps to make those fit, and this also, it fits quite weirdly. I have never worn it out. I don't really know where to wear it out either, but it is very out there if I don't wear a top underneath. I think I could wear it a bit more with a top underneath. I haven't really tried this on for years. I haven't really worn this. I think I've worn it out maybe 2 times, but I think with a like black top underneath I could actually wear this more, because I do really love the details that this has, and I am a sucker for anything wrapped, and this is a wrap top. So I think I'll actually keep this and wear this more like this, because I think it works with the black top underneath. Please let me know if I'm just being delusional, but I would love to keep this. This is also in Knitting for Olive Pure Silk. It was my last like special yarn purchase before I had my son, and it is really special to me, so I would love to keep it, but this really deserves to be worn, so if I'm not going to wear it, I will have to let it go. But as with other ones, I'll give it the summer, but I really think that this could work. So that was a pleasant surprise, but that's it for my summer knits. Next category out is jackets or cardigans, and we're going to leave the sweaters for last because there is so many of those. I don't really anticipate that we're going to declutter any of these, because I am a sucker for cardigans. I wear them all of the time and you can't really go wrong with a cardigan, but we'll have to look through them. First out is this cardigan. This is the Eva Cardigan by Petiteknit, knit in Sandnes garn Per Gynt in I think marine blue or midnight blue or some sort of color. It's navy blue of some sort, and this is a definite keep. I love it. I have a match with my son, which makes me love my clothes so much and wear them so much. I love the contrasting buttons these has, and as I said, I'm a sucker for double ribbing, so definite keep. Next up is the Agnete cardigan by Petiteknit. This is knit in Drops Flora and Drops Kid Silk in the color Off-White. This does not have buttons because I'm really lazy when it comes to buttons, but I love this. I wear this. It's also one of the very few white knits I have, so I'm going to keep it because you always get use for a white cardi. Keep. This is the April cardigan by Petiteknit. It was one of my first adult knits, or I think it was the first adult knit I knit when I came back from a huge knitting slump in 2020, so it's really special to me. It has a lot of folds and I chose a wrong size, but I do use it a little bit. I used it more before. I still use it a little bit, and it's special to me since it was my first knit coming back, and it's also kind of too messed up to give away to someone else, so keep as just a special memory. My second April cardigan, because I love the fit of it so much. It has great saddle shoulders. This is knit in Drops Baby Merino double-stranded, so this is much softer and the gauge is a bit better. I also chose a better size for this one. I love this. I don't use it that much because we have animals at home, so it looks more like a fur jacket if I wear it a lot at home. But I love it, and this is my only black knit, and I need a black staple, so keep. An unfortunately felted Dagmar jacket. You can't really see that it's felted, but it has. You couldn't unravel this, but it still has somewhat of a stitch definition. I still love this, even though I made a huge mistake and felted it, so this is a keep. It's perfect to wear when it's cold. It has really cute buttons, and it's not like anything else I have in my closet, so I'm going to keep it. This, if I didn't say, it's a Dagmar jacket by Petiteknit, and I knit this in Drops Nepal, my favorite pop-up color in my wardrobe, the Paul cardigan. I knit this for my birthday last year, and I still love it. The fit of it is perfect. I love Morecaknit as a designer. This is knit in Drops Baby Merino and Drops Kid Silk in bright green, I think. The color is called, and I use this a lot. Every time I want to just feel a little bit more happy, or I want to pop up color in my day, I reach for this. This is a definite keep. It's one of my favorites. My absolute favorite cardigan that's absolutely worn to bits. I don't know how much longer this has, but I'm going to keep it forever. This is the Novice cardigan by Petiteknit, knit in Drops Air and Kid Silk in grey. The air has definitely not held up great. I knit this when I was super pregnant with my son, so I knit it in a bigger size than I usually am to be able to be super pregnant in it. Have worn it a lot through all of the stages, being super pregnant, being a new mom, and still wear it almost every single day now. The air, as I said, has not held up, but it is my favorite. I'm going to keep it. The last of my jackets, and the one I struggle the most with, this is the Levitate wrap by Myfavouritethings.knitwear. I want to love this so badly. It's super soft in Drops Daisy and Drops Kid Silk in this lovely red. As I said, I love a good wrap, so everything in me wants to love this so much, but it is just a tiny bit too cropped for being a cardigan, and this also sits a bit weirdly. I really want to figure out a way where I can like solve it, if I can block it out, make it a bit longer. I don't know what, but I don't really want to let go of this. But I don't reach for it that much. But it is my husband's favorite, so I am going to let this have another chance. I also finished this right when we were heading into fall, and since it is a cropped wrap cardigan, I didn't use this when it was cold, so we'll see if it really works during summer. I know it works with dresses, so I'll give it another chance during the summer, and I'll probably put it with my summer knits. And we'll see how this goes, but this is a definite maybe for me. As anticipated, I didn't really weed out any of my cardigans. There is that one maybe, but I do love cardigans, so that was not very surprising. But now comes the hardest task, and that is all of the sweaters. I have so many, and I love them all so much, but I know that not all of them are for me, and I don't reach for them all, and even though I love them, I don't feel great in them all, so we'll try them on and see if I'm able to get rid of any. I have a lot of friends and family that also knit and use knits, so I don't have to give them away to someone I won't see anymore. That helps a little bit, that I'll still be like in touch with my knitwear. But let's get to the sweaters. Here are all of my sweaters in all different thicknesses. As you can see, there are very many, but I do use sweaters the most, and some of these are almost 10 years old, I think, at least, maybe. I don't really know. I have many. We'll try to go through them and see how many we can weed out. First up, one of the hardest ones, the Fern sweater by Knitting for Olive. I love this so much. I loved it so much when I cut it on. I still love it so much. It is such a pretty sweater. It's knit in drops baby merino and drops kid silk, and I don't really reach for it. I don't wear it. There is something with the turtleneck being super tight, and I don't like tight super necks. I don't think they suit me very much. And even looking away from that, I don't think this color suits me. I would love to have a sweater like this, but I think I would need a crew neck, and I think I still would need it to be a different color to really reach for it. My light white beige sweaters are not the most worn, but it would be such a hard goodbye to say goodbye to this, but this definitely needs to go in the maybe, and we'll see at the end of this if I can part with it. Super Sweater Light Petiteknit. This also unfortunately felted. This felted a little bit more, but you still can't really see it. I just know it and feel it, but I'm still happy with this. It's a really great sweater, and I use my zipper sweaters mostly outdoors anyway, and then it being felted isn't really a problem. It just makes it more windproof. I still love this. This is in Drops Daisy in the color Moss, I think, and it's a definite keep for me. This sweater I don't really know anything about because I got it for my confirmation from my mom. I know it had a hat and mittens when I got them, but I don't know where those are, probably at my parents' place, but this is a definite keep forever because it was a gift. So keep. This is the Moby sweater. I had a really long period of time where I didn't like the way this fit me. I didn't reach for it. I didn't wear it. I knit this late 2023 and I haven't really started wearing it until this year, but the last couple of months I have actually started reaching for it more. So this is a keep for now, and if I go back to never wearing it, I will have to go back and reconsider. This is knit in Drops Charisma and Drops Kid Silk, both in off-white, and it's a keep. My Marius sweater, this is the round yoke Marius sweater, knit in Drops Alpaca. I don't know the color names anymore. This was a part of a school project of mine, I think almost 10 years ago now. So this is keep. It's really special to me, and we also have a family match in it. I want to keep this forever. One of my newest sweaters and also one of my favorites, sweater number 20, was on my wish list for years. Finally got it on my needles and I've been wearing it almost every single day since I finished it. Definite keep. Also first time trying Drops Alaska. Also love that. This I think was in the color Sand. This is a keep. My Marseille sweater. This is also a sweater I love. I keep coming back to it. It's a really simple basic. This is also from Petiteknit. I knit this in merino extra fine in white and black, and I love this so much that I want to knit another, so this is a definite keep. My newest sweater, the Celeste sweater, this was also my wedding cast on. It's super special to me. It's also a match I have with my son. I use this a lot. It's perfect for going on walks in the forest with, especially with these colors. I'm so happy with how this turned out, and it's a definite keep. Sweater number 14. This is by Myfavouritethings.knitwear, knit in Drops Baby Merino and Drops Puna in this really nice marled fabric that made up, because one is in greyish and one is in charcoal grey, I think it's called, or charcoal black, I can't remember. This is another great piece. I love it. It's perfectly oversized without being too much oversized. It has a split hem. It's warm, but it's oversized enough to be breathable. It's lovely. I wear it all of the time. It's perfect to just throw on in the morning as pajamas, but sweater, definite keep. Zipper sweater by Petiteknit, but the chunky version. This is knit in Drops Flora double-stranded and Drops Kid Silk in jeans blue, I think, or denim blue. I kinda love this and I kinda don't. It hasn't held its shape as well, because I think I knit a bit too loosely with 3 strands, and also the zipper is wonky. So I think I want to unravel this and knit it again, or knit something better with the yarn. but I have used this a lot and I have loved it because we have had a zipper match in the whole family, but I have replacement yarn for a zipper sweater and this yarn just hasn't held up its best in this sweater, so I'm either going to give it away or repurpose the yarn. One of my most special sweaters, the porcelain sweater, it's one of my most proud knits. I love the porcelain sweater, I use it a lot, but I also try to not use it too much because I don't want to get any spills on the white and I don't want to like use it up, but this is a definite keep. This is the Olga sweater by Petiteknit. This is knit in Sandnes Garn Smart in bright red and white. This is my favorite warm sweater that I can still use in summer. It's not too warm, but it's perfect for chilly summer evenings, so this is definite keep. I love looking like Where's Waldo. Ingrid sweater by Petiteknit, knit in Per Gynt, Sandnes Garn Per Gynt. I love the Ingrid sweater in Per Gynt because the structure is so nicely visible and crisp. I am definitely going to keep this because I have yarn in stash to make my son a match and I can't wait for us both to go around being bright Ingrid sweater wearing. I can't wait for us both to go around in our super bright Ingrid sweaters. I think it will be great, so this is a definite keep. This is the Never sweater. I knit this in Drops Lima. I love this. Look how oversized it is. The sleeves are kind of oversized, but not as much as the body, but the body is super oversized. This is Lima in the color Orchid, and I love this both because it, even though it is oversized, it still lays nicely when I put my arms down, and I've started using this a lot when working. If I'm working with sheep or whatever, this fits perfectly. It still keeps me warm, but I'm not super afraid of ruining it, so it's a keep. This is the Direction Loop sweater by Other Loops. I want to love this so much, but it does make my shoulders look a bit weird. It's kind of an optic illusion of some sort, but I do love this. I just haven't worn it lately. I think it's been at a bad place in my wardrobe and I've kind of overlooked it, and it's also that part with it just making my arms looking really wide, but I'm going to give this a more prominent place in my wardrobe and then I'll see in a year because I do really like it. I like the stripes. I like the stripes that go down the ribbing even. It is a really cool sweater. I want to wear it more, so I'll give it another chance to be worn. Keep. This is sweater number 14 V-neck, and the sweater that probably crowns above them all when it comes to getting used. This is my absolute go-to in everyday life when I just want to throw on something. This is nicely oversized with a split. It is quite similar to the sweater number 14 without a V-neck, but this is way more oversized and I love this. I also love the color. It goes with everything and I use this sweater so much. It's a definite keep. This is a sweater I designed myself. This is just a super basic raglan sweater in fingering weight yarn. It's knit in Drops Baby Merino in the color Blush, I think. I knit this in, I want to say 2020, it was maybe 2021. I love this. I also designed it myself, so I'm going to keep it. It doesn't get the most use all of the time, but when I finally start using it again, it becomes my obsession, so keep. Here's that same sweater but in the color Olive, and also by the time I knit this I had learned a thing or two when it came to design. This is a little bit more fitted and it's a bit different. I also really love this one and definitely going to keep this one as well. This is the Friday Tee by Petiteknit that I modified into having long sleeves. I did mess up a little bit and the sleeves are much tighter than they should have been, and I haven't really used this that much lately, but I also think that that's partially because my son hasn't had a Friday sweater that fit him in his current size. I do love this, so I'm able to match with him in every single size he has had a Friday sweater in, so I'm going to keep it. I also am a huge fan of Broken Rib. That this is knit in Broken Rib. I don't know if you can see it. And I love blue, I love a good stripe, so I'm going to keep it. And again, put it as a better place in my wardrobe so I'll actually see it. This is the Hazel sweater by Petiteknit, and this sweater is quite special. I either use it every day for a month or I don't touch it for a couple of months, but it is really soft. It's knit in Puna, so it's 100% alpaca. It's also the one turtleneck I have that doesn't choke me out, and it has a really nice high split, so it's kind of one of a kind. I don't have anything else like it, and when I do use it, I use it a lot, so it's a keep. Then we get to my really old sweaters. I can't really remember what this is called. I think it's called Frette something, so cable something something. I made this, I don't know how many years ago. I had been in a knitting slump for quite some years, and then I didn't have a phone anymore, so I turned back to knitting, and I knit a ton of these sweaters just again and again and again and again, and I kept 2 of them, so this is one of them. Don't really use this at all anymore. Can't say the last time I used it, at least a year ago, but it is really comfortable. This is in air, double-stranded, and since I haven't used it that much, the air is still airy with this one, but I don't think it's my taste anymore, and as I said, I haven't worn it. It's also a bit shapeless, so I think I'll have to get rid of this one. This is the other version of that sweater, and I made some modifications to this. I made the cable smaller, it fits a bit better, it's not as oversized, this part isn't as like droopy. I've also worn this more so the air isn't as airy, but I like this much more. I'm also a blue girl at heart, so keep. This is the September sweater by Petiteknit. I knit this so long ago, I can't remember. I think it was 20-something, 2021, 2022. I made modifications on this. This is knit in Drops Merino Extra Fine and Drops Kid Silk, and I kind of regret that choice because I don't think the brioche really comes, it doesn't shine as much as it would in a more structured yarn than a merino wool, and I haven't really used this. It is a bit shapeless. I don't feel my best using it, so I don't use it. So I think I'll have to say goodbye to this. I love the idea of it, I love the memories I have with this, but it doesn't get used, so I'll either have to repurpose the yarn, which to me is the most tempting thing, so I can still keep all of the memories to myself, or I'll have to give it away or do something else with this sweater. But that is the September sweater by Petiteknit, and we're repurposing it or getting rid of it. This is the Augustine's number 16, and I don't know what I want to do with this. I love it. I think it is really nice to have more of a special sweater. I don't have like any like really frilly sweaters, so I really like to have the opportunity to have one, but I also don't use it. I know it has a couple of mistakes and I just can't get myself to go back and fix them, because even though the mistakes are small, fixing them would take so long. So I don't know what to do with this. I am kind of tempted to frog it all and knit it back up, just because this part here is also a bit too short, so it always rises to sit right under my boobs instead of at like my waist. As you can see, when I put it down it doesn't work out, so I don't know what to do about this. This has to go in the maybe pile because I have a lot to figure out with this. But this is the Augustine's number 16 by Augustine's DK, and it's knit in Drops Baby Merino and Drops Lace. So here it is, don't know what to do. This is the Violetta pullover. I stayed away from wearing this almost all of last year, but I think I finally started appreciating it. I've started wearing it a lot more, but I still don't know if this is the color for me, and I know if it turns out it isn't the color for me, my sister is in line. She wants to get this as well, so this is in the maybe pile, but I'll keep it for now because I've started wearing it. This is knit in Drops Flora and Drops Kid Silk in pink and pearl pink, and keep for now. This is the Cumulus Tee, again a sweater I've added sleeves to. This is also by Petiteknit, and I knitted in Drops Flora in this, I think it's called medium grey color. I really enjoy this. It is a bit tight, the icon at the bottom is a bit tight, so that curls up and doesn't lay perfectly, but I really appreciate having a just basic v-necked thin fingering weight sweater that I can throw on that suits a lot of, this kind of fits every occasion. I really enjoy having just a basic like this in my wardrobe, so this is a keep. This is a Charlie Pullover. It hid from me, I didn't find it until now, and this definitely needs depilling, so that's on the to-do list. Just look at this, it pills so bad, but even though it pills really bad, it's a definite keep. I love all of Morecaknit's designs. This is a Morecaknit design, and I just feel so fancy in it with the color and everything. Also the color, but the color and the color I really enjoy. I cannot get enough of this. That's why it's pilled so badly. This is knit in Pickles Merino Extra Fine in their red color, and it's a definite keep, but needs depilling. The last one of my sweaters is this one. This is the Melange sweater. This is another one that's near and dear to my heart because we have a whole family match in this. I have one, my son has one, and my husband has one. This is knit in Drops Flora in denim or jeans blue and white, and I absolutely love this. That's why I've knitted 3 times, and I'm definitely going to keep it. Last but not least, I also have 2 knitted dresses. I'm not going to put them on just because that would be a lot of extra work, but I have this one first. I'm definitely going to keep this because it's my Christmas dress. I wear it every Christmas Eve and to all kind of Christmas related things. This is based on the Augustine's number 16 pattern by Augustine's DK, and it's knit in Drops Flora and Drops Kid Silk. Definitely keeping this one. And then we have another version of the Blouse No1. This one. This I am more unsure of, but I also don't have anything else like it in my wardrobe, so it's going to stay this summer and this fall, and we'll see if I wear it or not. And if I don't wear it, I'm probably going to give it to my friend or sister because it deserves to be used by someone, but I think I'll get use out of it. I have a couple of plans to use it, and we'll just see if I enjoy wearing it when I use it those few times. This is also knit in Drops Cotton Merino in Burnt Orange or something, I think the color is called. And that concludes my whole knitted wardrobe. I didn't get rid of a lot, but I think I have now a better view out of everything in my closet that I haven't worn but that I do want to wear. And now I just have to figure out how to put it in here so I can see everything, and so it makes it easier for me to choose whatever I want to wear because I have more than enough to choose from. Now I just have to clean it all up and put it in the wardrobe. And then we'll have to go through my son's clothes too because he is growing out of them and I need to sort through them because that's also starting to be a bit chaotic. This is hopefully the last day of me doing spring cleaning. It's been really nice to get everything kind of clean and get an overview of everything. but I'm really ready to get back my knitting time. This project has been taking all of my knitting time the last few days, and I'm itching to get back to actual knitting. The only thing left now is to go through my son's clothes. I have some of them here on hangers and some of them just scattered here. I think this should be close to everything. Probably not absolutely everything. Some things probably in use right now or dirty right now. Loads of different things, but I know that all of the knits we've been using recently have fit, so those are not the ones I'm going to weed out. Anyways, I also have, I don't know what to call it. I have the thing I'm going to place all of the outgrown knits in because I keep all of them. My parents kept almost everything from me, both the knits and regular clothes, and we got them when we had our son, and I really like handing clothes down, so I'm keeping everything, but now I need to go through this. I haven't gone through all of the accessories yet. That is another job I have to do, but I have gone through the main thing, which is sweaters and a few pants, and I have sorted a couple out. I think 3, 4 sweaters and 1 suit, and also 1 pair of mittens I know is small, and then I have quite a few that I don't know, because the ones I have weeded out now I know haven't fit for a while. I just haven't gotten around to this. And then I have quite a few sweaters that I don't know. I think these are in his current size. When you knit based on years, and I think all of these are knit in the 3 to 4 year frame, and it is about to turn 4, so I think all of these are about to be too small, but I don't really know if they are yet. I know they're starting to be more snug, but I think he still has a couple more wears in all of these. They aren't too small yet, and I don't want to pack them away until they are 100% too small, especially since some of my favorites are in this. I'm going to go through them just because they are my favorite. This I think is my absolute favorite because we have a whole family match in this one. This is the Melange Sweater Junior by Petiteknit. This I'm definitely going to make 100% a copy of. Same yarn, same color, same everything. This is in Flora in, I think, jeans blue and white. This is Chunky Rib by Jord Clothing. This we got from my grandma. It's also been a huge favorite because it has rabbits. So I think we'll want something else with animals. This is a plain anchor sweater. This is like a work sweater. When we work with animals, we use this a lot. So I'm going to make a new one in the next size as well. This he got from one of his grandmothers. This has also been worn a lot because he got it when I was a baby, and it is in a quite big size, so we got to wear it a lot. This I think is called Bendix Krage Genser. It's a really cute kind of breast up sweater. And then another match, the Eva Cardigan. This one I also want to make another one of because I love a good match. But I don't think I'm going to do 100% color match because this has been a color match and a jacket match. I think I'm just going to do the same pattern but a different color for my son in the next size, and I already have that planned. But all of these are about to be too small as well, so it kind of saddens me, but I also see that we still have loads of sweaters, so I think also this one is starting to be a little bit small. This I think my grandma made for my mom, so this is really old and we have really loved this one. It's one of my son's absolute favorite sweaters. So I'll be sad to see this go because we have so many great memories in these sweaters, but it's about time to let them go really soon. I'm just going to cherish a last couple of wears in them, and then we still have loads of sweaters, but I know that these are in a bit of a different size, all of them, so I have to go through and sort out the different sizes so I can see the gaps. I also can see that with all of these sweaters, I have a lot of fingering weight sweaters here, or quite thin sweaters, and all of these are more chunky, so fingering weight sweaters is definitely something I need to focus more on, because I think this weeds out at least 3 fingering weight sweaters that and those are the fingering weight sweaters he has. And then also both his pants, the chunky rib pant and the Williams overalls, both of these are in the size 3 to 4, so also have to knit more pants. But yeah, that's the most interesting part of my son's wardrobe, and then all of the accessories I think I'm going to do on my own, because those aren't as interesting and it's also harder to tell when they fit or not. But that was my son's wardrobe. I didn't weed that much right now, but I'm going to weed a lot in a couple of months. I think I'm going to weed these out on his birthday maybe, in a couple of months, because then he'll actually turn into like the new size, and that still gives me a couple of months to be able to wear these. That was it for my spring cleaning this year. Can't say I really look forward to the next one, but it is always nice to be done. I hope you enjoyed this video and maybe got some motivation or inspiration to do a bit of a spring or summer cleaning of your own. But I'm going to go and actually knit now. I hope you had fun watching, and if you want to see more from me, please subscribe. Bye!